everyone, it's Frances with String Into a Thing. In this lesson, you'll be learning to fasten off and to do a single crochet stitch. Let's do it. Welcome back, crochet friends. Thank you so much for joining me for this super quick and easy class. All you'll need is a nice big hook and some nice chunky yarn. Again, I'm not specifying on what size, but this is a K. And we just need some sharp scissors so we can fasten off. Now, in the last lesson, again, we are using some big yarn, a big hook, just so we can get down the fundamentals of where we're sticking this hook and so we can visually identify what's going on. So in the last lesson, you learned to make a little slip knot. You know, I kind of did it in this fashion where I put the hook in here and I pull through here. And or there's several different ways that you can do this. I've got my finger here and just simply the working yarn comes through this loop and then you just pull it, just like this. And then you stick your hook in the little loop and then you pull that, and that's just another way to do it. And in the last class we learned to simply turn our hook away from us and create a chain. So this is a beautiful thing to learn because this is a foundation chain to start off every single crochet project that I know of. So it's simply by turning our guy away from us, hooking the yarn, pulling it towards us, and sliding it through the little loop over and over again until it's at a desired length for whatever project it is that you go off and make. And that's beautiful. So today I'd like us to actually do this again. So let's go ahead and start our little slip knot, however's easiest for you. I like to stick my finger in there. Sometimes I switch up how I do it depending on how I feel that day. We also, in the last lesson, talked about how we hold our yarn. Okay, so if that's something you're interested in learning, we can go back to the next lesson. I'll leave it as a link down in the description. And where and what way we're comfortable holding our hook. So let's first chain together 10. And then we'll practice our single crochet stitch. So that's just placing this on, turning it towards us, and slipping it through, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So they call this chain right here the first chain from the hook. Okay, so here's the hook, here's the loop, here's the first chain, and then here's the second chain. That loop right on top of the V, you're going to see a V. This right here, we need to insert our hook into it first before we do our stitch. So a single crochet is going to look like this. The second chain from the hook, 1, 2, I'm going to insert, and then I'm going to be kind of under the yarn here, and I'm going to pull through one loop only. Now I have 2 loops on my hook, and then I'm going to yarn over like we did when we make our chains, and then I'm going to pull through both loops, and that's the first single crochet stitch. Then you'll notice there's an opening that's a little bit larger. That's the one that you just worked in. I know it may sound funny, but I'm just sometimes pointing out the obvious is the best thing to do, because when we venture off, this sometimes is not as easy to notice, especially when we get going. So again, let's go into the next one. That's not the big one because we just did that one. Insert first, yarn over, basically under it right there, and then I'm going to yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. And it starts to look kind of funny and bunched up, but as you go, you'll be surprised what it ends up turning into. Okay, beautiful. So you can see that better now. You guessed it. We're going to the next one. You're doing amazing. Let's go in, top chain there, bring up a loop, yarn over. I have 2 loops on my hook now, and I'm going to go through both. Perfect. Did it again. So insert, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do that until you get all the way to the last little chain right there. So again, it's not the big hole, but it's the small one next to it. Insert, yarn over, pull through. I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. And there you have it. You are totally doing it right now. This is amazing. And again. And then that last little chain you'll see, go ahead and insert it in there. Pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through both, and that's the end of the row. So even though we made 10 chains, we only went through 9. So you should have 9 little V's at the top of this now. I'm going to turn my work toward me, and now you can see that on the top, there's all these little V's. Okay, so now we just made a 3-dimensional object. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's excellent. You totally made your first crochet, little band, I guess you can call it. Now to fasten off, we simply just do a chain. So yarn over and pull through the loop that you have right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and set my work down. I'm going to grab my scissors, snip it, and I'm just going to pull the hook like this. And then it instantly makes its own little knot. And that's how you fasten off your little project. You did so good today. Thank you everyone so much for joining me for this little lesson. You learned how to fasten off and make a single crochet stitch. I had a blast being here with you. The next video we're going to actually create a little square of single crochet stitches, and I'll show you how to build onto your project and turn your work. So I'll see you in the next class. Thank you everyone. Catch you in my next one. Bye.